In this video, we got another episode of the series where I rate and improve your guys' teams. You guys will send me your teams on Twitter at xevantanaka. I'll put out a tweet about every 3 to 4 days over on Twitter, usually like Tuesdays and Saturdays as well. I'll put out a tweet asking for you guys to reply to that tweet with your team and how much MT you guys have. And then usually I do pick about 6 to 8 teams to rate and improve in these videos. But if you guys also want to let me know your guys' teams down below in the comment section on this YouTube video, let me know your guys' squad, how much MT you guys have as well, and I'll try to get to as many comments as possible, respond with my rating, and obviously my suggestions and my improvements as well. But starting off with the first team here of the video is going to be from my boy Corey. He's got 500,000 MT in the bank, which is a good chunk to work with, and his squad is definitely decent. I would say this is a 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. I think we'll go 7. Not a huge fan of Dirk Nowitzki at the center position. I think you could make a huge upgrade there. You could go out and get a Galaxy Opal Rudy Gobert, maybe even a Galaxy Opal Vlade Divac, even a Pink Diamond Zach Edey, Pink Diamond Alex Sarr. It just really depends how much MT you're willing to spend at that center position. For me, I wouldn't really go Giannis and Gobert in the front court. Now, while that's really good defensively and you have a lot of height and a lot of defense, you're going to be very, very lackluster at shooting the 3-ball, and you might be inconsistent at shooting the 3. So I think you probably want to go Gobert off the bench, and I would start David Robinson at the center position. For backup power forward, I think LeBron's really good at small forward, so I probably would actually go like a Jonathan Bender as your backup power forward. He's only like 70,000 MT, 65k. Gobert's about like 90 to 100,000 MT, so you're only spending like, let's say 175, and that's not bad to get those two positions upgraded. Start D-Rob at center, Gobert off the bench, Jonathan Bender as your backup power forward. For your starting small forward, if you want to keep Karl Malone, you could just move Karl Malone to your starting small forward position. That's probably what I'd recommend doing, just so you're not spending more MT and you're able to stack some more. And other than that, I don't think there's really much else you can do with your squad. If you maybe wanted to upgrade your point guard, I would get like Pink Diamond Stephon Castle over Dyson Daniels, but that's really just a preference. They do the same thing. They're both 6'7", good defensive point guards. I just personally prefer Stephon Castle, but Diamond Dyson Daniels is still a very good option. And you got two really amazing shooting guards in Brandon Roy, the level 40, and Jason Richardson. So I think it's really just getting Gobert, getting Jonathan Bender, and moving Karl Malone to that starting small forward position. But overall, still a definitely good squad in my team. Now looking at the next squad here, coming in from my boy, we'll just say 103 or 103. He's got 250k basically with Jaren Jackson Jr. sellable and badged up the most. So he's got a crazy Jaren Jackson Jr. I wouldn't sell him. I think he's really good. Yes, you can maybe make some MT for him and maybe make some more upgrades, but I think his squad's really good. There's a couple flaws off the bench personally that I see that I think could be upgraded, but I think it's a really good team. I would say like a solid 8 out of 10, maybe an 8.5. I think after the suggestions, it'd probably be more like an 8.5, 9 out of 10, but I think for right now, probably going to be a solid 8. I would say it's a little bit better than the previous squad we looked at. I would say starting lineup, keep the exact same. I like Stephon Castle, of course. You guys know, huge Stephon Castle fan here on this channel. You guys know I love that pink diamond card. Jason Richardson, really good at shooting guard. Jonathan Bender's really good. JJJ is really good at power forward, and so is that pink diamond Kristaps. I just see a couple flaws off the bench. Backup shooting guard, backup small forward. And I think there's a very easy fix. It just depends how much MT you want to spend. I think for backup shooting guard, you have two clear-cut choices, whether it's Galaxy Opal Kyle Korver or Galaxy Opal Drazen Petrovic. Easy choices in my opinion. I think those are the two guys you should go after. Now you've also Reeves at point guard, so you want maybe a more defensive small forward. That's why I'd recommend a card in Galaxy Opal AK, but you could go for other options like Pink Diamond Michael Beasley. You could go for even Pink Diamond LeBron, right? Those two cards are really good at the small forward position. LeBron's a great defender. Beasley's there for more of his offensive performance. He's such a good offensive small forward. But I think if you're going Kyle Korver or Drazen Petrovic, you kind of want to have that lockdown at the small forward position next to Austin Reeves and let's say a Kyle Korver. Both are really good offensive cards, but don't play that much defense. So you want to have like an AK-47, his Galaxy Opal card, who's one of the best on-ball defenders in this game. So I do think that'd be a good spot to put those two cards off the bench. And then I like Gobert and D-Rob at the backup power forward and center position. So I think it's really just upgrading backup shooting guard and backup small forward. Looking at the next team here, coming in from Justin Fields Burner. He's got 100,000 MT to spend and another good team. Like, he's got good point guards in Austin Reeves and Levine. He's got really good shooting guards with B-Roy and Dr. J. A great small forward with Jonathan Bender. Really good power forward with Giannis and D-Rob and Vlade. So, I mean, for me, again, I'm looking at two positions off the bench here that I think you could upgrade. For the rating, I'll go maybe in the middle of those two squads, maybe a 7.5. Actually, now this team's probably an 8. This team's probably an 8 out of 10 as well. With the upgrades, I think you could easily beat to an 8.5. Now, with this type of squad, again, at small forward, those are going to be similar names I'm going to recommend. Jonathan Bender, love having him at starting small forward. Off the bench, AK-47 would be a really good option next to Levine and Dr. J to give you more defense, LeBron, and obviously Michael Beasley. But if you want to go for a cheaper small forward, even cards like Diamond Thurl Bailey, Pink Diamond Ron Artest for defense, right? Maybe getting a little bit more size would be helpful than a Ron Artest. He's 6'7", so not bad at the small forward position. But I think if you wanted to spend a majority of your MT, I would look to buy one of those more expensive small forwards. But if you want to save your MT, Thurl Bailey is a really good option at that small forward position for a really cheap price. And then a backup power forward. If you want to save MT, I think you could go with a Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr., or you could slide Vlade Divac over to power forward and go pick up Galaxy Super Rudy Gobert. So it just kind of depends how you want to disperse your MT. Maybe you go for a more expensive small forward, like for example, Rudy Gay, AK-47, Michael Beasley, Pink Diamond LeBron, one of those options, if you can save up a little bit of MT for some of those cards. And then maybe go for a cheaper power forward and like a Jaren Jackson Jr. or a Diamond Thurl Bailey. Or do you want to go a cheaper small forward and then maybe go get a Galaxy Super Rudy Gobert? Those are kind of the options I would give you. It really depends, your personal preference, your personal opinion, but just giving you guys some more choices and just like one specific card for each position to upgrade, because maybe you're not a huge fan of Michael Beasley's jump shot, or maybe you don't like Rudy Gay cards in my team, or maybe you don't like maybe you don't like LeBron jump shot, or maybe you don't like using blah blah blah, this card, that card, Rudy Gobert, whatever. I'm just giving you guys more options to use at your positions to upgrade, but I think it's a really good squad. Just upgrade that backup small forward and backup power forward position. Looking at the next team here, coming in from my boy Mario, who's got 830,000 MT to spend. And this is a sort of weaker team to most that we've looked at in this video. I would go maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. I think the starting lineup, Austin Reeves, J. Rich, Bender, AD, D-Rob, very solid. I think that's going to stay. For me, I would honestly scrap your entire bench. And this is the lineup I would give you. Stephon Castle, backup point guard. Kyle Korver, backup shooting guard. Rudy Gay, backup small forward. Or Michael Beasley, or AK, or LeBron. Those are the four cards I would definitely recommend. Let's say for this squad, I think Rudy Gay is probably the best option for you. Next is Stephon Castle and Kyle Korver. So we'll go Rudy Gay just to give you a mix of offense. He can still be a really good scoring card, but also a good defender and has good size at that small forward position. Backup power forward, I think there's even like a Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. you could go with. You can maybe spend some more, go get his Galaxy Opal version. But I think even just getting Diamond Triple J, maybe getting Pink Diamond Hakeem, maybe getting Pink Diamond Alex Sarr. Again, those are some options for backup power forward. And then again, Galaxy Super Rudy Gobert, Galaxy Opal Vlade Divac, Pink Diamond Kristaps could all be really good options at that backup center, or potentially you could start one of those guys over D-Rob. But those would be my suggestions for your squad. Next team here comes in from J-Mac. I guess we'll go with 450,000 MT. Solid team. I would say 7 out of 10. I like your starting lineup. I think we'll keep most of that the same. I think off the bench, what I would do is just move Austin Reeves to backup point guard, get rid of Devin Booker, get rid of Tatum, get rid of Cat. With 450k, again, I'm going to recommend a lot of the similar cards, but Kyle Korver, Drazen Petrovic for backup shooting guard. You could go get a Pink Diamond Dr. J. I think he'd be really good for your backup too. So let's change it up. Let's go Pink Diamond Dr. J for this squad at the backup shooting guard spot. For backup small forward, again, those four names I'm going to recommend. But Jonathan Bender is probably the one I'm going to go with this time, because I do think Jonathan Bender for his price tag is probably better than those small forwards. So if you want to keep Kevin Durant, I would just get Jonathan Bender as your backup small forward. Really good 7-foot small forward. And then for backup power forward, I think you could go Pink Diamond Star. I think you could go Galaxy Opal Vucevic. You could go Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. A lot of options to run at that backup power forward spot. If you wanted to save MT, I would just go with a Diamond Jaren Jackson Jr. And now looking at the last squad here of the video, he says he doesn't really care about his bench because he doesn't play much online, and he has 1.2 mil. So I'll just make you a crazy good starting lineup. We're going to move Austin Reeves to the starting point guard position, Brandon Roy starting shooting guard. Small forward, if we have 1.2 mil, we don't need to spend a crazy amount, but let's go. We probably need more defense. So let's go Galaxy Super Rudy Gay, keep Bob McAdoo as your power forward. And then I would just go get a Pink Diamond Wemby. I think for this squad, you just need to have that elite center. Again, if you don't really care about your bench that much, you can just move like a D-Rob to backup center, or you can move Donovan Mitchell to backup point guard. You have J. Rich, maybe for your small forward position, you can move Xavier McDaniel down to the backup small forward. But I would go Austin Reeves, Brandon Roy, either Jonathan Bender or Rudy Gay, Bob McAdoo at power forward, and then Pink Diamond Wemby But guys, that's going to do it for another episode of the series where I do rate and improve your guys' team. Like I said earlier, let me know in the comment section down below your guys' squad, how much MT you guys have, and I'll try to get to as many comments as possible. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.